Ever since Young Thug came out of prison, he's been doing nothing but sending back-to-back shots at Gunna. From publicly calling him a rat to making full-on diss tracks where he not only calls out Gunna, but the rest of his YSL crew. And in an industry where snitching is considered serious business, surely Gunna's career should be taking a big hit, right? Yes, but with the way things are going for the both of them, it's clear that Gunna has the upper hand. Because in the past few months, Young Thug has done nothing but throw shade at Gunna, while Gunna has only managed to climb up the ranks and even released an album on the 8th of August that has since surpassed 100 million streams at the time of this recording. And to add fuel to the fire, Young Thug's jail calls and old videos of him being too friendly with the police officer have just resurfaced, and now the people are turning on him, calling him the rat. In 2024, it seemed like every rapper was screaming free Jeff, but the recent discovery that Thug may be a snitch himself has driven a wedge in the music industry, forcing the fans to pick a side. And with the amount of numbers that Gunna is putting up right now, I think it's pretty clear to see who's on the winning side of this beef. So in today's video, we'll look at how Gunna is taking over the music industry and why Young Thug's fans are suddenly switching up on him. On May 9, 2022, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, along with the Atlanta Police Department, carried out an organized police raid on Young Thug's house in Atlanta, Georgia. 27 YSL associates were arrested, and Gunna handed himself over to the police later that day. The group was locked up on a RICO charge, which is a federal law in the United States that allows for the prosecution of organized crime and gang-related activity. In Young Thug's case, the indictment alleged that Young Thug's record label was a part of a criminal street gang. Upon searching the house, police found at least 6 firearms along with 1,300 grams of marijuana and codeine, which was collected as evidence and later used to add more charges on YSL. In total, 56 charges were attached to YSL, and the group was locked up until Gunna decided to take an Alford plea deal on December 14, 2022, which basically means that he did not admit to any crimes, but the prosecutors could convict him if the case went to trial. Unfortunately, Gunna's plea deal required him to openly admit that YSL was a criminal street gang.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Gunna was also asked about an incident that happened earlier in 2022, where him and Young Thug were pulled over by the Atlanta Police Department, and upon searching the car, the police found drugs and guns in the car. The judge then asked Gunna if any of the drugs or guns found in the car were his.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
After this video came out, Gunna's closest friends in the industry turned their backs on him. For example, in a song titled Family Freestyle, Lil Baby can be heard saying what people thought was him taking shots at Gunna.
They just stepped on what you call it, how the fuck y'all let that happen? Why some niggas take a plea and shot, I know the slime ain't happy. Don't ask me.
Many more artists that had previously worked with Gunna before expressed their frustrations on social media, like Chicago rapper Lil Durk. In an interview with DJ Academics, when Durk was asked about how he felt about Gunna, he said,
"Do you believe that Gunna is a snitch? Huh? Do you believe that Gunna told that? Man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told. You should have went in there and kept your mouth closed."
Despite his own friends turning against him, Gunna would remain silent about the snitching allegations, and 2 months later, Gunna announced his new album titled A Gift and a Curse. The album's announcement brought out 2 types of people. On one hand, you had Gunna fans endlessly hyping the album up, while on the other hand, you had Gunna haters that criticized the album and tried to sabotage it every chance they got. And one of those people was Gunna's very own best friend. In one of Young Thug's leaked jail calls, he can be heard asking 21 Savage to give him a verse that he can put on his album, which he was planning on dropping the same day Gunna would be dropping his album.
Man, bro, I'm trying to drop an album the same day Gunna drop, bro. You need to, y'all sent you a song, put a verse on it.
When he supposed to drop? Man, that nigga ain't finna drop.
He dropped Friday, nigga. You think I ain't gonna know he signed me?
He dropped Friday for sure?
Man, 100%. It's Friday. I can hold his shit back if I want to. If my album don't be ready, I can hold it back. But Drake already sent the song called, the name of my album, I'm gonna drop my album on the same day he dropped, and it's called Business to Business. Then I'm gonna drop the album the very next week after that. It's gonna be a singing album, and it's called Love You Later.
Unfortunately, due to unknown reasons, Young Thug's album was delayed by 7 days, and Gunna released his album uninterrupted on June 16th. But even though Young Thug's album was delayed, it still managed to debut at number 2 on the US Billboard 200, while Gunna's album debuted at number 3. However, people still award Gunna as the real winner, since almost every song on Young Thug's album had a feature from a mainstream rapper. Drake, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi Vert, Travis Scott, and Future were just some of the big names featured on Young Thug's album, whereas if we look at Gunna's album, he has 0 features and did the whole album himself. For the rest of the year and throughout 2024, both Young Thug and Gunna seemed to let go of the beef and for the most part remained silent. On October 31st, Young Thug was released after pleading guilty to involvement in a criminal gang as well as drug and firearm charges. Many people were quick to call out Young Thug for also taking a plea deal after criticizing Gunna and calling him a rat. After this, Young Thug came home and fans eagerly waited for a crazy comeback. But since his release, Young Thug hasn't released a song in 8 months and has remained relatively out the spotlight. That was up until a few weeks ago when Young Thug suddenly became the most talked about person on the internet. But why? You see, although fans haven't heard much from Young Thug in the past few months, he continued to take shots Gunna every chance he got, openly calling him a snitch and expressing his frustration for Gunna after he took that plea deal. But why was Young Thug doing this? Well, here's a clip I found of DJ Academics.
The streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a fuck if you believe me. That's what he sent to, or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers that just won't call their names, just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not fucking with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away.
It seems as though Young Thug was trying to turn the whole industry against Gunna, but looking at some of the comments under those videos, it seems the fans are standing with Gunna, which does not help Young Thug at all. And to make matters worse, a video of Young Thug being too friendly with a police officer resurfaced. And at the end of the interrogation, Young Thug tells the officer to take his number.
Promises, make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey.
I don't have your number.
Whatever.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't give it to her,
And not only that, Young Thug's jail calls where he talks smack about everybody were recently leaked. In these calls, there's recordings of Young Thug being frustrated towards Kendrick because he refused to feature on his album.
Oh, that fake. I ain't getting no rapper songs. Shit, I don't be liking them type niggas like that.
Why?
These niggas get too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why wouldn't you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like you ain't like goddamn Street calling you for a song. You know, like
Yeah.
you really got Lil Durk calling you for a song, Lil Baby, Thug, real superstar calling you for a song. Why wouldn't you do the song? We lit, nigga. We going number 1 too. Fuck you thinking? You know, it's just like I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life. Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right. Buddy fucking with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake chain? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick, goddamn, put a nigga on. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't ran up you a few hundred M, but you ain't put nobody on though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Cause the shit you and him doing, that shit ain't really doing that. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying.
And another one where he openly admits to sleeping with other women in jail while Mariah waited for him.
Mariah don't even know. I mean, it bitch still fucking. Goddamn CO give it a box quicker than the FedEx work. He don't be telling my business, man.
After these calls went viral, Young Thug went on an interview where he wanted to clear some things up. On the 7th of September, Young Thug sat down for a podcast with Big Bangs on the Big Facts Network. This would be Young Thug's first interview since he came out of jail, and it would be the first time he actually took some time to clear up the smoke. Big Bang started off the interview with some light questions, asking Young Thug about his childhood, and a couple of minutes in, Big Banks asked Young Thug if he can remember his first betrayal. Thug went on to say that the first time he felt betrayed was when his auntie refused to let him and his siblings visit her because they had roaches and they were poor.
What's the first time you feel like you felt betrayed, like as a kid coming up?
So my first betrayal was probably like my other family members, like me hearing my auntie say, you know, she don't want my mom kids at her house because we just too deep. Like we got roaches and shit in our house. Our clothes got roaches, so we might come to her house and some roaches might come out of ours. Now she got roaches in our house. And I understand it. My mom got so many children to the point where her sisters and brothers like, man, hell no. We don't even want to deal with y'all. No, sir. Too many of y'all in.
According to Young Thug, this incident made him seek love from other people, which may explain why he invested so much into Gunna and why he feels like Gunna betrayed him.
It made me like want love so bad. That's when I started meeting friends. That's when I started wanting love from like other people besides my sisters and brothers. I started trying to get love from my friends. I started getting, you know what I'm saying? Like it just made me just seek love. I started seeking love because I wasn't getting love from like certain parts of my family.
Yeah. Big Banks then went on to ask Young Thug why he is mad at Gunna for taking the plea deal. Young Thug went on to tell Big Banks' story of how Gunna's uncle asked him to take care of Gunna right before he died.
As a man, I honor his words. He told me before he died. He didn't tell me on his dying bed. He just told me before he died. Gunna is my son. Take him with you, Thug. Get him out of the hood. Get him out of Shady Park. Take that boy with you. That's my son. And then just so happened, he just ended up dying. And I honor his word. I honor his word, bro. I took that nigga with me everywhere, bro. This my man's, bro. Whatever you will, all the bullshit that I knew about you, all the shit you did, the shit sitting on the porch talking about your cousin, and them there telling on the guy to the Crime Stopper people, all this shit. I knew all this shit later on, but I knew this shit, and I just found a way to love you. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. And I just love you, cause
A few minutes later, Big Banks revealed to Young Thug that he had a conversation with Gunna when he first came out of prison, and that Gunna didn't mean to hurt Thug when he took the plea deal. Banks told Thug that Gunna asked his lawyer before taking the deal if this would hurt your case. His lawyer told him no, so he took the plea deal. This was the same thing that 21 Savage told Young Thug in one of his leaked jail calls.
Yeah. Cause I don't, in my heart, but I don't feel like Shawty did what he did with the intention of hurting you. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really get that vibe from him. I feel like he just green.
Hell no. Okay. Is it anything in the entire world, if me and you were locked up and I told you to do that, would you do it?
But we different types of niggas though.
We ain't.
He ain't, bro, that nigga, he, I'm saying like, we honor loyalty different than probably what he do to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Not like we different, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know though.
Despite all the controversy, Gunna's career seems to be on an upward spiral right now. But unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Young Thug. A few months ago, Young Thug bumped into Aiden Ross and Neon, where he told them that he was slowly thinking about quitting rapping and start streaming.
I want to start doing. I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna stop doing music. I'm gonna start streaming.
For real? No, don't do that. Then they're gonna blame me.
We can swap lives all.
No.
We'll start making music. You stream.
Don't do that. They're gonna. Wait, when's the album drop, bro?
I think I'm gonna start streaming.
No, don't do that. They're gonna get mad at me.
Wait,
please.
hold on, yeah.
No, they're gonna kill us.
This looks bad.
No, please.
I'm telling you.
When you drop it down.
Done rapping just like. I want to just start streaming. Cause y'all live like a cool life. Y'all go everywhere every day. But y'all got cats walking around this bitch. Y'all got all types of crazy
But you
stuff.
live a crazy life.
Well, I know.
And you got some fucking bangers.
I don't live. What's crazy life?
Now you do have a nice life.
You have a great life.